Since the new gameplay dropped the other day at the Game Awards, and seeing that dual wielding actually is a thing, a lot of us are even more hyped than ever, but the gameplay shows some big secrets left for us fans to actually dig up. If you could leave a like on this video, it helps a lot, so I'd really appreciate it, but if you actually get to the end and you say, well, I didn't enjoy the video, then feel free to turn your like into a dislike, but if you could drop a like right now, it helps a ton. So of course we are getting double sabers, double blade saber, and the crossguard, which is huge. Personally, I'm stoked for crossguards, but with that said, does anyone know what species this actually is? Now, according to a lot of people, it seems as if it is a Jedi. Now, a fan did mention how they found it odd that no one has pointed out the tubing in the suit as a reason why he may be a Jedi, and how you'd think that people would go to that immediately due to how their bodies work. Now, if this is the case, which seems to be likely, he is insanely hard to kill. Now, another fan mentioned that he had to be thrown into a star if he recalls, so yeah, that's going to be one heck of a battle alone, which I'm very excited for. Now, this moment right here, is he a Zepho, a droid with fleshy arms, which made me laugh, or simply just a dude with an unusual hat choice? That's what somebody said on Reddit, and here's the thing, they are too small / alive to actually be a Zepho. Now, another apparent villain we actually see in the trailer has the same pale skin, and somebody speculated that it could be a member of his species perhaps. Now, maybe his species / planet will factor into the game's story in some way, because it looks like there's an emblem of some kind on the chest below the veil, with two semicircles connected by what seems to be a smaller shape in the middle. Now, this one here is a bit of a stretch, but people are speculating that it could be Merrin, but I guess a big key giveaway that makes it unlikely is the fact that there just simply are no tats. Now, another guy in the trailer using a lightsaber identical to Cal's has raised a lot of questions. Now, it looks like a great sword he gets, because if you look closely, it has the crossguards folded up, but someone mentioned that they are suspecting they changed the blade color to orange simply just to throw us off and or tease that we will be able to have two different colors for our lightsabers. Now, if Cal's lightsaber is lost and falls into the hands of whoever these guys are, I'm not sure how they would be able to change the blade color, so I do think that it is supposed to be Cal's lightsaber, well, at least half of it anyway. But there are two interesting theories that a fan left on Reddit, and the theories are as follows. Trailer 1, Cal gets his lightsaber stolen, and in Trailer 2, the guy that Cal is fighting against is the guy that works for the Padawan and sort of copied Cal's lightsaber structure after they got his blade. After defeating him / her, Cal will get the saber but apply those modifications to his own, which, let's be honest, is not that bad of a theory, and probably would actually make a fair bit of sense if that actually was the case. Now, so far, the gameplay just looks incredible for this game, and of course the release date is March 17th, so literally right around the corner. And I think Cal looks incredible, but more so just on how seamless the combat is, always gets me so hyped. But we're going to be getting a whole bunch of more information in the coming months. I mean, let's just say more so from January and especially February. That is when we're going to be jam-packed with a lot of information. But at this moment in time, I guess if you were to rank this game, is very much down to a personal preference with what you've actually seen. For me, as a fan of this and the previous game, just from what we're seeing so far, I have to give it a solid 9 out of 10. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you can't technically just go ahead and give a score like that for something you never played or you haven't actually seen a raw walkthrough of, if you will. And I get it, but you kind of have the expectations from the previous game in general, and you know what's capable in this game, and I mean, as I said earlier a few moments ago, the combat just looks incredibly seamless here. But I guess a big thing is all these mysteries that are in this trailer and what exactly they are. Now, again, if we're going on this whole big thing with the identical lightsabers, and you can have your lightsaber stolen by another enemy because of course you are dual wielding lightsabers now, could that actually be a thing? Would it make sense to ultimately have these enemies take what you have and almost use it against you? I guess that would make sense, but again, it really is one of those things where all we can do right now is just sit back and speculate. But one thing that I do feel is very, very crucial, despite me just saying I'm giving this game a 9 out of 10 just from what I've seen, and of course that being a personal preference and opinion in general, one thing is that we probably shouldn't set our expectations too high. And I hate to say that because I don't want to say, oh, well, this game might just turn out to go completely south and be one of the worst Star Wars games we've ever played, because let's be honest, it just doesn't look that way. But I think when you analyze things like the gameplay trailer and we go down this road of speculating a whole lot of this stuff, I think it's probably important just to set your expectations at a fair level, because the last thing that we want to do is speculate so much from this trailer and then it just turns out to all be wrong. But I guess the theories that we're getting right now and the community that is together for this game and what they're breaking down, I mean, you've got to question it as well, right? You can't just say, well, no, you're completely wrong. Like, the theories and the speculation does actually make a lot of sense. But is this game going to be delayed? Heck no. We're definitely on, of course, for the solid release date of March 17th. I don't see anything that would make me want to have this game delayed. Now, things always get a lot more interesting when you get an actual raw walkthrough of a game where they go through a mission, etc. And even though, like I'm saying, I think the gameplay looks great, what I wouldn't want, of course, is to see the gameplay and then a lot of people are saying, okay, well, you know, it didn't feel like this in the trailer, or you see some little niggly bits in general and you're like, okay, well, I'd rather like a polished game before, you know, a March release date, etc. But I guess here's the thing, we already know that this game's been in production for a long while. I've seen a handful of people be a bit skeptical about the game not being up to the standards, which I do genuinely find a little wild in general. I guess marketing, I mean, put it this way, I was surprised when I did see that March was going to be a release date, because March is just right around the corner, but at the same time it does give them enough time to literally market a polished game rather than the other way around, because it would have been a bit concerning if they start releasing gameplay like last year in general, multiple pieces of gameplay, and then it was just like a different release date and you're clearly looking at something that hasn't been polished. So I think this game has got a lot of people incredibly hyped up for the game, including myself, so I think I just don't want it to be a game where, you know, people feel different about it when it's out, which, if I'm going down to my gut feeling, I can't see being a situation. Just breaking down everything that we have already just looks absolutely phenomenal. But either way, leave your thoughts on this stuff in the comment section below. What are you most excited to actually try out in this Star Wars game? As I say, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button below, as we're going to be covering a lot of news for this game, as well as speculation and theories, ideas, etc. up until the release and more. So I will see you in the next video, but thank you very much for watching, and as I say, comment down below what you are most excited for in this game.